Can you please get my presentation on the screen? While she's doing that, let me illustrate your point. 60 crore Indians suffer from anemia. If simplest test is a blotting paper on which you put a drop of blood, and you can say color exchange. This color, hemoglobin less than 5. This color, 5 to 8. This color, 10. I cannot think of a more cost-effective technology. Why I am saying this? I started my career as a village doctor in 1950. And this was one of the equipments available to me. A blotting paper called Talcast and a color scheme. So I am today suggesting that for 60 crore anemia patients in India, 1 rupee is the most cost-effective test, 1 drop of blood, and you see it. Unfortunately, we are not applying our mind. And this is one message that I am giving you of cost-effective technology, which can be implemented even today. Now, I am going to a more sophisticated thing, a little difference, but concerns all of us. Knowledge discovery in medical databases by data mining. The practice of evidence-based medicine is immensely information-intensive and knowledge-intensive. The vast amount of medical knowledge and the continuing information explosion makes it increasingly difficult for doctors to assimilate and recall all essential information for optimal decision-making. Hence, the crucial role of employing information communication technology. That's the theme of this whole conference. Human memory-based medicine is increasingly unreliable and can do harm. The Institute of Medicine, USA, in 1999 publication, Tour is Human, stated that 100,000 patients die annually in USA alone due to errors in medical management and adverse effects of drug therapy. Healthcare today harms too frequently and routinely fails to deliver its potential benefits. IOM in 1995. So ICT's crucial role in high quality healthcare, and for that electronic medical record and computerized prescriptions are the essential ingredients. For the last 10 years I am trying to bring a portable electronic medical record and computerized prescription, but I am sorry that we have miserably failed. I am publicly criticizing the companies which give software that they have defaulted in giving us a useful software for electronic patient records and computerized prescription. Two sadly neglected areas. But my topic is computerized AMR allows not only better patient care, as more complete patients are willing to reveal through possibilities. Creation of MRI is now possible. The important thing that I am noting is EMR benefits at 4 levels: individual patient care, quality assessment, generation of patient bills and surgical reports, generation of cost efficiency report, and lastly, research and education. The next 5 minutes I am telling you how all of us in our clinical practice generate tremendous data. And a lot of hidden information is available which can be experienced by data mining. So EMR can be integrated with email, website tools, self-management, and ultimately it allows you research. Don't wait for electronic patient records. Even if there are discharge summaries of a hospital, we can now access that discharge summary to do data mining for knowledge base. I'll give you some examples here. Natural language processing is possible by using the software which I have mentioned here. This language is now commercially available. Knowledge discovery, identifying valid, novel, potentially useful, and ultimately understandable patterns. The best example is Framingham study. 1948 to 1972, 5,000 people were longitudinally seen. At the end of the thing, certain conclusions came out which are very interesting, which a biochemist did not discover, a clinician did not discover. It was a statistician who found that out of those 5,000 people, those who have got HDL less than 40 have more side effects. The discovery by knowledge database. Another interesting thing, for longevity, those who jogged for 30 minutes every day and took 2 pegs of whiskey had the maximum longevity. We forget the jogging and we only remember the whiskey. But the important point was, such knowledge base comes out by data mining methods. Decision tree, neural networks, clustering, association rules, genetic algorithms, visualization techniques, all this is now available, and your data can be applied to this technique by generating the knowledge, as I told you here, Framingham data. Using this data mining, many new relations have come. We give ACE inhibitors. Some people get cough. By analyzing 2,000 people who got ACE inhibitors, and how many got cough, we could find out what is the genetic basis. So there's so much information buried which we are not using. So just again two or three examples of how information technology has generated new knowledge and new data. Gene ontology, association of genes to genetically inherited diseases. Bayesian rules, Bayesian networks, causal knowledge. So all the point is, in my book Computational Medicine, all details are given, how the existing databases can be accessed for knowledge base, and new developments will come. A recent example, if you do the vitamin D of all people sitting here, I bet 75% of you have low vitamin D. And vitamin D has got so many functions. There are 100 organs with receptors, and vitamin D deficiency makes you immunodeficient. There's more prone to tuberculosis. So we can generate new knowledge by accessing the data. So my plea is, the purpose of this talk is to make you aware that all of us are creating enough database. Don't let it buried in the archives, access it, and we will be able to use new knowledge. And that is a wake-up call for all of us to use the technology to do new knowledge. Thank you very much.